Welcome to this week's edition of SKNIS Week in Review. I am your host, Kimberly Grant. This is a weekly program that highlights some of the top stories of the work of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis. Here are the top stories for May 11th through 17th. Nurses in St. Kitts recognized for their invaluable service on International Nurses Day 2018. Caribbean Investment Summit 2018 hosted in St. Kitts and Nevis, and second cruise pier to further expand the Federation's reach into the tourism industry. Minister of State with responsibility for health, the Honorable Wendy Phipps, used International Nurses Day celebrated on May 12th to recognize nurses in St. Kitts and Nevis who consistently play an invaluable role in delivering quality care to persons who are sick, suffering, or on the road to recovery.
On behalf of the federal government, I congratulate all of our nurses on International Nurses Day 2018. We salute you for your service to the people of our country. We also thank you for choosing nursing as a dedicated career, and we trust that your sterling service will continue to redound to the health and wellness of our people.
At a Nurses Day Symposium Luncheon and Award Ceremony held on Friday, May 11th, 42 staff members from the Joseph N. French General Hospital, including nurses, EMTs, and allied staff, were awarded for perfect attendance, while 16 others were recognized for near-perfect attendance. The Nurses Day 2018 was observed under the theme, "A Voice to Lead, Health is a Human Right." The Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis came alive when over 250 persons comprising of heads of government, developers, service providers, investors, and marketing agents gathered at the St. Kitts Marriott for the official start of the Caribbean Investment Summit, CIS 2018, held under the theme, Unity in the Age of Division. The summit, which runs from May 16th to 19th, brings together heads of government from citizenship by investment jurisdictions in the region, including Antigua and Barbuda, the Commonwealth of Dominica, St. Lucia, Grenada, and host St. Kitts and Nevis. The Caribbean Investment Summit is an annual industry event bringing together the above-mentioned CBI jurisdictions, other key players to discuss relevant issues affecting the industry, as well as to explore opportunities to further growth. Les Khan, Chief Executive Officer of the Citizenship by Investment Unit in St. Kitts and Nevis, welcomed participants and encouraged them to use the summit as an avenue to learn and understand more about the Citizenship by Investment program.
I trust that with a vast array of presenters ranging from senior heads of governments, banking, academia, due diligence, developers, and service providers, you will walk away with a better understanding of the industry and the challenges being faced by all of us. But most importantly, that we in the Caribbean with CBI programs do work together and are trying to establish a better framework for cooperation.
CEO Khan implored participants to be open and frank with their discussions, while at the same time wishing them a successful and rewarding summit. The St. Christopher Air and Seaport Authority SCASPA on May 15th held a seabed breaking ceremony at the Port Sante Cruise Terminal to officially mark the construction of the second cruise pier. This is in keeping with the promise of delivering within 18 months, said Minister of Public Infrastructure, the Honorable Ian Patches-Lighter. The minister said that with the installment of the second cruise pier, St. Kitts and Nevis will be strategically positioned to become a marquee port capable of accommodating growing sizes of cruise vessels being constructed today.
We would not have been this far had it not been for the financing, which, as you know, was provided by our local syndicate players in the tune of US $48 million. For that reason, I wish to recognize these players and to take this opportunity to thank them once again for demonstrating their support for this very crucial project. The St. Kitts Nevis National Bank, the Social Security Board, the Sugar Industry Diversification Foundation of St. Kitts and Nevis, TDC Insurance Company Limited, and TDC Financial Services Company Limited.
The National Entrepreneurial Development Division, NED, the Business Support Unit in the Ministry of International Trade, recently held a community business meeting at the Allwood Community Center in its move towards further developing the micro, small, and medium enterprise sector. NED will be hosting meetings in other communities as well. The meetings form part of the division's strategy to foster the development of the sector. The intention, therefore, is to engage potential and existing entrepreneurs in discussions regarding the successful establishment and/or continued operation of their business venture.
Well, I think we've had a culture of finding a job rather than creating a job. And we are about trying to change that culture to make sure that going forward we have our young persons who can get involved in arts, craft, engineering, whatever is your passion, your business. We want to assist you in making it a successful business. So really and truly, what we want to do is to develop that culture where you think about starting your own business, doing your own business, and employing somebody.
Scores of young people affiliated with the Explorers movement of the Ministry of National Security were congratulated for their positive stance to lead productive lives and reject antisocial elements within society. On Saturday, the young people from the Explorers Club, based in St. Peter's, St. Paul's, Shadwell, and the Moreville Explorers, marched through the streets of Bastille for the culmination of the May 10 to 12 8th meeting of the Technical Working Group on Crime Prevention that was hosted at the St. Kitts Marriott. A rally was held after the match at the Independence Square. At the rally, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Youth, the Honorable Sean Richards, said that he was honored to participate in the event and noted the importance of the march against crime.
Only through education, social activism, and community and social participation can we bring about real and sustainable change within our society. We see here in St. Kitts and Nevis that almost every program, whether it be tourism, education, agricultural resuscitation, and food security, or national security and citizen safety, all target our nation's youth. The reason is simple and clear. The youth are not the problem, but they are the answer.
A number of tools and equipment, including computers, sewing machines, sanders, saws, and wireless waters, were donated to Her Majesty's Prison in St. Kitts for inmates to expand their skill base and knowledge. The tools and equipment were donated by the Regional Security Services (RSS) and the European Union under the 10th European Development Fund during a brief but meaningful handing over ceremony on Tuesday, May 15th at Her Majesty's Prison in Bastille. Osbert de Souza, Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister.
The donation should go a long way in the rehabilitation process of the inmates of the prison. It is very important that prison create an opportunity for prisoners to rehabilitate themselves and also an opportunity for reflection. The government wants to change that by providing the necessary opportunities and programs in the prison to equip our inmates so that when they leave the prison, they become a bit more competitive.
Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of SKNIS Week in Review. I am your host, Kimberly Grant. See you next time.